Hello everyone and welcome back to my Beyond the Gates 24 official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bill learns Naomi is suing him. Plus, Chelsea drops a lemon on Danny while Anita and Vernon run damage control on Martin, but Smitty is suspicious. At home, Anita respected old Prince when Chelsea arrived, agitated to show her a bag she designed. Anita assumed it was couture, but Chelsea explained that she and Kat planned to launch a luxury brand. Chelsea admitted she couldn't balance both business and modeling. Anita incontinently realized Chelsea hadn't told her mama yet. Chelsea bothered she was pulling the hairpiece out from under her momager, but Anita comforted her that Dupree women always forged their own paths. However, Anita promised to help bring her back to earth, if her mama had a dramatic response. At the country club, Danny ordered a screwdriver for breakfast. Pamela called, and Danny filled her in on being caught breaking into her partner's place. Haley had brazened her, but rather of calling Pamela for comfort, she set up a muscular shoulder to cry on. Vernon arrived, wanting to talk about Bill and Haley. He conceded Danny had been a sprinkle recently but assured her he was looking out for her. He praised the heritage she was erecting with her son before she rushed out. When her drink arrived, Vernon took a belt and nearly choked. Danny snappily returned, downed the glass, and ran off. Anita joined Vernon, and they bandied Danny's recent jest. He allowed. Danny sounded more focused, but Anita burst his bubble by revealing Chelsea's decision to leave modeling. They shifted to a bigger issue: Martin's plan to run for chairman. Anita was adamant it could no way be. His history was too explosive, and the vetting process would ruin him and hurt their entire family. Vernon agreed that Martin demanded to be stopped before it was too late. Meanwhile, Danny met with Jonathan and Julia to bandy the fashion show. They playfully called her fierce and a brat for her dramatic marriage capers, which she set up flattering from a branding perspective. Chelsea joined them just as Danny excitedly blazoned she had negotiated a 3-time contract to be the face of the show. Still, Chelsea shocked her by revealing she was done with modeling. At home, Martin was deep in study when Smitty intruded. Martin claimed he'd been working late on a duty bill, but Smitty suspected he was considering running for advanced office. Martin flashed back to Vernon advising him about his presidential intentions. Smitty refocused out how important Martin was missing in their kiddies' lives. Though Martin denied any plans to run, Smitty was induced. Latterly, Vernon summoned Martin to the country club, making it clear this wasn't a request. Smitty set up it odd, and after Martin left. Still, Smitty noticed his hubby had left his phone behind. At the club, Vernon and Anita brazened Martin, advising him that if he continued pursuing the administration, his career would be destroyed. No bone could stop the verity from surfacing. Martin refused to back down, averring he wanted to achieve further than the former generation. His grandparents suggested he run a foundation rather, but he was disrespected, criminating them of allowing he wasn't good. Smitty arrived just in time to eavesdrop Martin joking that Vernon could sleep in the Lincoln bedroom when he visited. After Martin stormed off, Vernon and Anita belted their coffee, knowing this battle was over. Back at home, Smitty brazened Martin about hiding his presidential borns. Meanwhile, at the office, Bill advised Mike about unhappy plant jest. When Mike made a crude comment about Haley, Bill hovered to throw him out a window. Mike set up the irony entertaining but knew Bill wouldn't tolerate discourteousness. Latterly, Bill told Tomas about his relationship with Naomi. He'd allowed time would heal effects, but she had told him he was dead to her. Bill admitted he no way anticipated to be so distant from his children. At Orphe Jeans, Naomi met with the women pursuing the sexual importunity case. They informed her they no longer demanded her services to avoid forcing her to go against her father. Still, Naomi claimed she was the stylish person to take him down. She assured them she was ready to fight and had formally drawn up the complaint. Though the case could permanently ramify her relationship with Bill, she was confident they would win. Latterly, Naomi arrived at Bill's office just as he told Haley over the phone how important he loved her. He told Naomi he was glad she came and wanted to heal their relationship. He proudly called her the stylish part of him. Before she could respond, Tomas intruded, publicizing a problem. Bill had been served with legal papers. He was stupefied to realize his own son was suing him. Supposedly, commodity was in the water at Fairmont Crest because everybody was cruising for a conflict in the Tuesday, March 25th occasion. Vernon told his woman. Martin's news. That Martin had POTUS pretensions. Incontinently, Anita's vibe changed. Whatever Martin's secret is? Vernon claimed it was explosive. It was scary enough of a prospect for the grandparents to summon their grandson to the club for breakfast. Martin didn't submit or give up his need to run for the administration. Supposedly, he seems to suppose he can keep his big secret on the down low. He left, saying he'd continue to recognize his grandparents. But he wouldn't hear to them. When he's chairman, there's a spot for them in the Lincoln bedroom. Wow. At the club, Smitty eavesdropped his hubby talking about wanting to run for chairman. Martin no way revealed this to Smitty. Smitty was easily worried because this was the first he'd heard about it. He didn't like that Martin kept shutting him down about going back to work when he was harboring his own grand intentions. Also, running for chairman will change a family ever. This mama and son showdown has been brewing since day one. It hasn't fully erupted yet, but it's about to. At the end of the occasion, Chelsea eventually told Danny that she wanted to quit modeling. Now, she has to tell her mama why she quit the profession that made her mama notorious. Chelsea wants to be a developer, and on top of that, she wants to do it on her own. Danny will have to accept that, but we all know it takes a while for her to get used to change. Right now, Danny's in a precarious position. Her Bill and Haley meltdown has waned, but she's easily floundering with alcohol. Commodity like Chelsea's news could push her over the top. While Danny and Chelsea's debate and implicit disagreement were just warming up, effects were kind of cold between father and son attorneys Bill and Naomi. Bill's studies were on how distant he was from his daughters, especially Naomi. He transferred her a textbook saying he loved her, hoping it would thaw effects between them. But Naomi had a different surprise for him. She's now representing the 3 women who wanted to sue his law establishment for a hostile plant terrain and sexual importunity against Mike Davis. Naomi watched as someone served Bill. He allowed. Naomi wanted to attune. Rather, she decided to start a war. What did you suppose of these different conflicts? Which bone will be the hardest to resolve? Let us know in the commentary. This might be a hard bone, as there are so numerous intriguing characters on the show. Suckers were introduced first to the Dupree family, and Anita Dupree, Vernon Dupree, as well as their eldest son, Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson, feel to be veritably justified individualities. The couple's youthful son, Danny Dupree, is a bit of a wild card, but some observers feel to love her outrageous jest. Ashley Morgan, the newest nanny at the sanitarium, is a named character, as well as Vanessa McBride, who offered some intriguing one-liners during scenes. Bradley Smitty Smith looks like the perfect and doting stay-at-home pater, committed to his family and his soul and hubby, Martin Richardson. Numerous Beyond the Gates observers loved Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne, who had no issues standing up to her no-good infidelity pater. This weekend has putatively taken a lot of rates from her auntie Nicole, versus her mama, Danny. There's nothing suckers love further than a good old-fashioned villain, and the new CBS cleaner had plenitude of them. First and foremost, Bill Hamilton is as manipulative and conniving as they get, and it was mentioned multiple times that his rearmost affair on Danny, which broke their marriage up, wasn't the first time he cheated on her. In addition, Dana Leslie Thomas and her son Eva Thomas feel like a dynamic designing brace, so it'll be intriguing to see the reason for Leslie's bitterness toward Nicole in the weeks ahead.